And this story begins with the question why we can sleep as a nature intended. And also the question what bothered me every day in my practice, why so many people, even young people, carry so many chronic disease. And that's become a book, what connect science and humanity. And I wrote this book to share what I know as a doctor and what I feel as a human. I didn't want to write another textbook. I really want what the memory of this book linger after the last page. And as many of you know, I moved from St. Petersburg, Russia to New York City, and I had three things. I had my dental degree from the medical school in Russia, and I put a picture of that school on a screen. And I had a suitcase, medical degree from dental school, and deep curiosity. And I start everything new with a new language, new system. And I have to learn what social security is and how to use laundromat. But one thing never changed. It was my fascination with the human body, how it heal, compensate, and adapt. And the immigrant, I have to learn everything by observing. And that's the way how I practice medicine and dentistry. And now that's how I write. And I have two very different education, because my education when I was in dental school in Russia was really related to the fact what we had the scarcity of the medical supplies. That my medical dental degree in Russia was really uh, designed what we have to understand of the root of a lot of disease. So you have to be very creative and find the treatment even in the scarcity system. But my dental education in New York was different. We learn how to think fast. We learn how to think with the system and how to create algorithm to have the best treatment possible. And my story built on a real people, on the patients, friends, colleagues, and my own reflections. And the life of the people who I met, they become a windows in a pattern what I observe, in my practice or in real life, and we all share. And some of the patterns might be very close to your heart. For example, how mouth breathing, not just to change how our faces look, but also our emotions, and how simple act as a nasal hygiene, cleaning the nose and moisturizing the nose, can make us calm at night. And I hope it's going to become a common practice, just like brushing the teeth is. Also, how bruxism and grinding and acid reflux tell us a huge story about microbiome, that universe inside of us, and how TMJ pain in the jaw joint, actually, that pain that a lot of people struggle or suffer, start not in the jaw, but in the neck and the shoulders, or maybe in the eyes, how we observe the world. And how orthodontics, if we start early, it's not about straight teeth, but about survival, evolution. And we're going to talk tonight about our ability to chew, how nature designed. And I want to remind readers what medicine is not only the science, but it's also about the dialogue between systems, medical and dental, between generations, because there are some very good forgotten methodology what we can bring to the modern life, and what healing happened in the connection between patient and the doctors, between parent and the child. And what I put on this picture, this family, I really learn a lot from them. This gentleman in the age 40, he began experience heart palpitations every single morning, and they were dismissed as a stress. We're all going through difficult period of our life. Also, he noticed what these palpitations related, happened after he was eating fast food on the previous night, but no one referred him to cardiologist. And he snore and he battled acid reflux, all this, he got through the days with exhaustion. And one morning, his heart stopped, and his wife found him on the floor. He collapsed in the kitchen. And my book was attempt to create the connection, kind of build the bridge between science and events we observe, what happened around us. And people who know me, they know I really love evolution, and I'm a big student of evolution. And I went to Galapagos actually to get a close view on evolution, and I'm fascinated with the iguana story. So on a picture in front of you, it's a regular green iguana. They live on a land and they eat vegetations, leaves, and they can swim. They can stay in the water for 2 minutes. But it was some events happened, and Galapagos Island, they formed as a volcanic nature, and iguana was drifted on a wood from South America to Galapagos, and they learned to adapt. And in that process, because it was just volcanic land, not much vegetation, they learned how to live underwater, and black iguana, which is on the bottom picture, can stay underwater for 45 minutes. And, they changed the color to be really blended well with volcanic landscape, and they learn how to eat seaweed. And this is a great story of adaptation. And on a picture on the right, it's a dodo bird. This picture is, drawn because this dodo bird adapt to the comfortable safety life on a Mauritius island and lost ability to fly. And then circumstances change, and people come, and people brought predators, and this bird did not survive. And for me, I notice in my practice on every day seeing patient seems like we're adapting to something. We adapt to our life, to the fast pace, to the food we're eating, and the features what we actually got might not be so good for survival human as a species. And one of those features is the mouth breathing. People don't think about how they breathe, but a lot of them who come to my practice, they breathe through the mouth. So I really hope what that message, I also want to bring that message in the shape of the story. And I want to also mention what being a modern author today, it's not what I expect. And as you notice, I believe, and thank you very much for all being, on my event for me. But being a modern author, the important component of that is to build a community of people who believe in the same value, in curiosity, compassion, and connection. And I really want, my book to turn pain into meaning and complexity into clarity by blending different, stories of evolution, clinical experience, and my own Jewish heritage. And when I think about what it means to be the modern author, it's not what Dostoevsky, I put, Crime and Punishment on this picture. It's not like going to secluded cabin and write the book and then give it to the publisher, even though I'm sure it happened, and those a lot of great books waiting for the time when this book gonna be discovered for natural course of event. But for my book, what I see every day: sleep problem, breathing problem, bruxism, high blood pressure, allergies, stuffy nose. Those are signal what something need to be done, what something wrong on a deeper level. And I really want to evoke people with my book, what they can recognize themselves in the hero of my book, and maybe apply the ideas what I describe in the book for themselves, for their own health, or for the health of the family. So I understand what there are a lot of noise out there and everybody posting and writing and shooting for attention. But I hope even if one person read my book and start to breathe easier and think with more clarity and sleep better, that's going to be my success. And for people who already support me, and that I'm so deeply, deeply thankful. And you encourage me when I doubt, and listen to my stories. And I really love telling stories. And a lot of people will support me in a different way by reading my book and reflecting and talking what they learn. So the best gift for my birthday would be if you can amplify my voice, and this help me to spread the word about the book, because this project is not about me, it's about all of us, doctors, patients, parents, futurists. So if one thing I want readers to take away from the book, it would be curiosity, but maybe there is another way, not just one way, because I think curiosity is the foundation of all changes and discoveries.